3 months are way too long without uploading, I agree. Well, I'm back, once again, and from now on I'm planning on doing something completely new to my channel. I will do Let's Plays of the new Animal Crossing. I know, right? Psych, of course not, it's all about zombies. But I could, if I wanted to, just saying. Those downtimes where there are no new zombie maps are more depressing than doing Fortnite content in 2020. Why is this game still a thing? I mean, at least Call of Duty is slowly getting back with Warzone and Modern Warfare 2 remastered. You love to see it. Which brings me to this video. My wishlist for Black Ops 5's Zombies mode. Now obviously it's just my opinion and I would like to hear yours too. I have been a fan since Black Ops 3 and a lot has happened during Black Ops 4's lifecycle. A lot of critique and concepts that didn't quite work really well, so here are my thoughts. Let's begin with the perk system. One of Call of Duty Zombies' most iconic concepts are perks along with perk machines. It's easy, you start a map, you buy a weapon, you buy some perks, and now your character has more health, or he's faster, or he revives other players quicker. In the older games there were maybe 10 different perks in the game. Black Ops 4 changed that. You could choose from 18 different perks now. However, you could only choose 4 per game. Yeah, I know there was also the concept of secret sauce for more perks, but that doesn't count in my opinion. Anyways, those 4 perks limited the gameplay a lot, because you had to choose which one you want before you start the game. In older games, you could always decide it spontaneously. See, if you give players a lot to choose from, it only hurts them, especially the new players. I can't tell you how many times I had to end my game on round 1 just because I forgot to change to another loadout. The concept of a loadout is good, by the way, like choosing your starting weapon or grenade, but not for perks. You, the player, should always be able to buy every perk on any map. However, because there are so many by now, the solution would be to have map-specific perks. That's my first point. I really want variety in zombies, and being able to only buy, for example, a perk like Blood Wolf Bite or Zombshell on the map Dead of the Night, while only being able to get Winter's Wail on Tag der Toten would have been fun, you know? Of course, keep the classic iconic perks on every map, like Stamina Up, Quick Revive, Jug, but switch up the rest. The same concept also works for weapons. Do you remember the map Setsubo no Shima for Black Ops 3? The scary green island map with spiders? Well, it had map-specific weapons like the Marshall 16s or Razorback. And even after Zombie Chronicles came out 1 year later, those weapons were still only on Setsubo. The same thing happened on Revelations with the Rift E9 or Banshee shotgun. I can tell you I would start a game of Setsubo right now, only to spin the box for those weapons. In fact, I think specific weapons or perks help to make a map better. If you look back at a map, it's more unique, it stands out more from the rest. That's why I disliked how Black Ops 4 added DLC guns. They randomly put a new one in the game every now and then, and they put them on every map. On the surface it was just to update the Battle Royale and multiplayer mode with new content. But the zombie mode suffered. And even if they waited to put all like 4 new weapons in the next map, a majority of players would have been angry, because they want their instant satisfaction. The multiplayer mode gets an update, why don't we get the new weapons? So it's never easy to please everyone. All I'm saying is exclusivity helps more for the experience than maps that all play the exact same. Now let's talk about the story. There are of course rumors and stuff that say it's going to be a reboot or something like that. So there is a chance that the Chaos story won't be continued. Now I'm not here to talk about leaks and stuff, but if we would reboot the story, all I say is science over magic. Now, I was never really a big fan of magical gauntlets, but I do like some grounded science stuff with powerful man-made wonder weapons, like the Wunderwaffe, Thundergun, Baby Gun, Zip Gun, you know, stuff like that. And now with Jason Blundell gone, I think it's the right time to bring Cameron Dayton in the team as a director. the man who was in charge of World War II zombies. I know it's not gonna happen, but a man can still dream, right? I really liked World War II zombies and I still stand by it that it's underrated. But it had a dark and gritty story. For years we were on a journey to save the universe and to defeat like some demigods outside of space and time. And maybe it's time for something smaller, you know? A part of me would want to continue the story in the dark ether, of course, but regardless, I think it's time for a new perspective. By maybe going back to the roots. From World at War to Black Ops 1 zombies, we had a scientist, test subjects, and some facilities, but also some more out of the ordinary places like the moon or Shangri-La, and it still felt grounded. Oh, and also tell the story in a chronological order, not like the Chaos story. Otherwise it gets confusing, especially for new players. For the characters, I think it would be smart to have 4 survivors with clear motives. Obviously it's 2020 and characters like the Ultimus crew and Victor's crew might offend a lot of people. But give them goals and a personality. We don't need to have a celebrity cast for every map like in World War II zombies. Honestly, I think that even hurt a bit, but make them unique and have some character development and all that stuff. But most importantly, give us a good bad guy. That's even more important, yeah. World War II zombies, love it or hate it, the game had a fantastic bad guy. The German scientist Dr. Straub that was obsessed with pain and wanted to win the war with undead soldiers. Now, that's more personality than a shadow man who is evil for the sake of being evil. Also, while I talk about the story, don't do time travel or dimensional travel. If you go this route again, you can stick to the Ether storyline from the last 10 years. As much as I'm a fan of the concept of time travel, it makes everything meaningless because you can always go back and fix something. It's often just lazy writing. It worked kinda for the old storyline, but don't use it for the next one. Another thing that I want to talk about are challenges or factions, whatever they name it. If you know me, I'm the guy who does the actual hard stuff legit. Where other zombie YouTubers use pay-to-win consumables or game-breaking glitches, I did it with my willpower and my controller. You know, you should never need extra stuff to accomplish something in zombies. I try to stand by that philosophy. But anyways, factions was cut in Black Ops 4, but they worked on it and it's likely that it will be in the next game. So what should it be? Something similar to character challenges for World War II, tournaments, limited time challenges, a new prestige system, maybe expand on a Dark Ops concept. Whatever it is, we need more than calling cards. Maybe I make a video about that on another day, but we need something that keeps us playing. In a world full of battle passes, it's time to have our own tier system in zombies. There's no reason that brings me back to Black Ops 4 besides a bit nostalgia and camo challenges. Oh god, camo challenges. Yeah, I won't even begin talking about that right now, but just make them unique from multiplayer or blackout and lower the amount of headshots by a few thousand. So what is left to say? Well, how about don't give us more than 2 maps on launch. Black Ops 4's developers clearly had only the best intentions, but as a player it was too much. But also for the developers. Like, there were a lot of bugs and glitches and it was difficult to fix 4 maps at once. We do not need more than 2, trust me. If there's a 3rd map, they can always release it 1 month later before DLC 1 comes out. But regardless, too much choice is bad for us humans, just like with the perks. Just give us small portions and expand on other aspects, like game modes, that are actually fun instead. Could you imagine if we would have gotten hardcore gauntlets for all the other maps? Hell no! The normal gauntlets were already difficult for 90% of players. And the last thing that I want to bring up is gameplay is more important than Easter eggs. I mean, quests. See, if you design a map, obviously there will be a shield, a wonder weapon, some upgrade quests and a main quest. Casual players should be able to find shield parts and get the wonder weapon on their own without looking up a guide. Also, the wonder weapon doesn't have to be in the box all the time. Maps like der Eisendrache showed that smart map design also works. And of course, Pack-a-Punch has to be easy to open. But yeah, that's like level 1 on this pyramid. Look, I made a pyramid drawing. I know, right? For level 2, it's Wonder Weapon upgrade quests, something where you probably will need a guide, and also maybe a second Wonder Weapon or Specialist Weapon quest would fit in here. Level 3 is the main quest, and it's more complex and more difficult. But that's basically how maps should be designed to appeal to different types of players. A newer player will never go out of their way to look up DLCs if a base map is too complicated. But that's just my take on these things. I think I covered everything that's on my list. So what are your thoughts on that? Let's talk about it. I'm curious. What content would you like to see? Please let me know. So thanks for watching, and I